Hello, beloved community members, and anybody in the Gene Keys that was trying to get onto Awaken Communion open call yesterday, Sunday, when the sun was pulsing in the 33rd Gene Key line 3, which is my life's purpose. And yeah, and the moon, because we honor the moon and the sun on our open calls, and we hold mudras for a few moments of silence to just take in the beautiful emanations of those two placements, the moon and the sun. And we allow them to speak to us in silence. And then we pull a dream arc animal, and the dream arc animal, we just decided to use one of the six animals that are represented by the three in the moon and the three in the sun. And since the moon was in the 36 gene key line 6, which is also my SQ 36.5, I just thought, whoa, this is really profound. And we rolled a dice or die to figure out which one we would play with. So 1, 2, 3 would have been the the fear, life, or vision key of the sun, and 4, 5, and 6 would have been the fear, life, or vision key of the moon. So we got a 6, and we read the um, guidance of the nuthatch, which has the beautiful prayer of transmutation at the end. Angels and beings of the pure light, please help us to purify and transmute these dense low frequency karmic energies into light, into love, into purity, into truth, in the spirit of divine tenderness. It has a nice message in there to say this three times three, which is a total of 3 days in a row for a total of 27 repetitions, and to allow it to like really penetrate into the turbulence of one's life, and to just come to a place of allow and accept and embrace. So with that, though, being said, I had so much that I didn't get a chance to share because I want to hear, and I want everybody to share, and I want every voice and every heart to feel the open space that is, a sacred space attuned by the Holy Incantation of Solace, and by the presence and the pulse of the moon and the sun in silence. And then we opened the space to share. We only had, well, we did have 11 people, but a few couldn't couldn't come on camera, and their microphones weren't working. So we really just kept it into a nice, intimate, uh, you know, unfolding sharing, and it just was so magical and bliss filled. Um, I suppose you'd have to ask those that were present. From my perspective and from my beloved Glaucia's perspective, it was just a beautiful place. And here's some of the things that I wasn't able to share. This right here is an app that I created that shows the position of the sun and the moon. And I wanted to make that available. I'm going to make it available on my website that is going to be available within the next week or the next few days. And on this, you can go to the pulse, you can go to the mudra course to get the mudras for both of those positions, where the sun and the moon is. And you can go to the pulse and listen to the 64-way audio that's free to listen to for the 33rd. And you can also join the Awakening Communion channel on WhatsApp. So I want to make that available to humanity ASAP. And I want to show some other things that I wasn't able to share. But here's one right here that I just was trying to present in a certain way. Let's see if it'll do this. There we go. And so this is um, an invitation for divine intelligence to play. And this came to me when the sun was in the 56 through the inspiration of the bee eater. Um, and so, beloved divine intelligence, come not as a distant mystery, but as the laughter already living within this breath. Awaken in me the sacred art of play, where curiosity becomes communion, wonder becomes wisdom, and joy becomes the doorway through which love recognizes itself. May I release the weight of certainty, the weight of certainty and the burden of striving. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I will read it maybe separately, but I just wanted to share that these are some of the things I didn't get a chance to share. Um, and then this was the actual profile of that present moment, and you can see the sun was illuminated, and this is for 111 on the call, was illuminated in the 33rd Jinki line 3, which is my purpose, which is down here on the bottom. But that purpose sphere 44.6 is actually my evolution, but it's not line 6, it's a line 1. But when you embody the profile, I actually feel like it becomes a line 6. So I'm holding space for humanity. And look at this SQ. 36.6 was illuminated by the moon, but in that mine is 35.6, but 16.6, like I can really feel the mastery of yesterday's Awakened Communion call. It was just beautiful. And the silence that was held in communion with the 33, line 3, and the 36.6 was just, oh, such a beautiful experience. And the attraction being 14.1, it was like a golden experience. 14 is connected to gold. And look at the IQ connected to the 6.4, which is the programming partner of the 36 piece. I have in my human design profile 4 placements of the 6 gene key. My moon, which is the conscious moon, which is what we honored yesterday in 36.6. But here we have the IQ of the present moment in 6.4. Um, the influential mind. And again, I said I hold it 4 times because it's my pearl, which is up here. It's a 6.5. And the 6 is also in my Pluto placements. Now, Pluto, you won't be able to see that unless you go to the human design profile and you look and you'll see Pluto down here where the 41.4 is on the subconscious and the 41.3 is. Yeah, and so this is yesterday at that exact same time too. You can see the 36.6 moon there. Oh, but look at the relating sphere. Something I forgot to share was the star pearl part of yesterday. So it'll be sort of an interruption in that little part where I was sharing the thing. But you can see the 17.6 is the stability sphere. So that's connected to the second sacred seal. 51.3 vocation, that's my stability, is 51.6. Interestingly enough, 31.6 is the pearl. We just transited that. And arrogance, leadership, and humility creatures are um, the cockroach, the lamb, it's a guardian, and the bluebird. All the time seeing them. Just the other day said, the bluebirds have returned, yay! And then the 20th, Gene Key Line 1, creativity, this grounded presence. Like, is it what we're here to do? That's a question. Anything that's coming up in life or in our presence, is it here for us to do something with, or is just something that's giving us a little kiss in the present moment? Look for the flies to give us direction so we can laugh at sometimes the things that our mind wants us to to get inundated by, and then start to go down a path that's not necessarily our path. It might be something somebody else wants us to do. Ooh, there's some beautiful wisdom that came through based on the 20th. But that's just coming from the brand of being 33.3, which is my purpose, of course, as you know. 33.3 is mindfulness and the culture. 53.5, we just transited that also. This is all the Jupiter, where Jupiter's at. It's giving us this beautiful expansion that we can feel in this Leo um, placement for the pearl, Leo, feeling that, something that's ready to be seen, to be shared, to be brought into reality and grounded on the physical. 62.1, which is connected to intellect um, and precision and impeccability. Of course, this is human design, so we don't have the same three words that are illuminated in their gates, but we have descriptions of what those gates mean based on some of the Chinese I Ching language. But you can see, oh, nice, 3.4 in the Mercury on the subconscious. For me, that's like a shamanic placement because we're working with in our relating sphere in the higher octave or the fourth part of the golden path, the star pearl. We're working with Mercury right there, 62.1, but 3.4 in my natal chart is actually where Saturn is. 3.4. So I'm almost about to have a Saturn return and a second Saturn return actually. And so I'm really looking at Saturn. Where's Saturn? How? Oh boy. Oh snap. Don't you love it when things like that happen? It happened to me on the call yesterday. That awe snap moment when I was playing a song that I want to play for you. But I'm loving the birds in the background here. And the song that I want to play was where um, interestingly, it was where the moon was. Um, talk last on the 29th, the 19.3 was where the moon was, and it's where that's my radiance. And so the radiance, being that it was so like pronounced yesterday, I decided to play this song that's inspired by the sage lines of the Gene Keys. So, and I was in Brazil when this happened, so I just added some footage. It's a beautiful waterfall that I want to take people to on retreats and really enjoy presence there. Where the old world's falling, the new world's dry. 20 people could sit in this pool right there. Feel the rhythm break, feel the pattern bend. Every ending here is a greater begin when the flow runs dry. When the truth feels far, there's a spark in me like a shooting star. I am the breaker of the circuit. I am the spark in the night. I turn the tide of the river and bring the future to light. Reset the rhythm, reset the way. The world is waking through me today. I am the reset. I am the flame. Life is surprising through my name. Every system needs a sacred storm. Every silence bursts a brighter dawn. Flip the current, let the current flow. Change the path that we thought we knew. No fear rise in the unknown sky. Every question is a door to fly. Let the rhythm of the stars return to the rebels who came to learn. When the patterns freeze and the story stalls, there's a voice in me and it softly calls. I am the breaker of the circuit. I am the spark in the night. I turn the tide of the river and bring the future to light. Reset the rhythm, reset the way. The world is waking through me today. I am the reset, I am the flame.
Reverse the flow, switch the hand, turn the wheel, redream the land. Old world's ending, new world start, the system resets inside my heart. We are the breakers of circuits, we are the dawn of the age, turning the tides of the planet, writing a luminous page. Reset the rhythm, reset the way, the world awakens through us today. We are the reset, we are the flame, life is surprising through our name. Reset the rhythm, reset the flow, trust the mystery, let it grow. Reset the way, the future awakens through us today.
Anyway, yeah, there was just so much that I wanted to share. I did get the chance to share that, but yeah, I look forward to being able to share, just little things each week that have come through in my during my week for, the synchronicities and serendipities of awakened communion. With, you know, there's just so much, yeah, so much grace in this beautiful unfolding journey. And I'm grateful that I listened to the call to hold space for this unfolding, journey that we are here together as humanity, allowing and accepting and embracing everything that's happening for us. So much love. Blessings. The other things that I wanted to mention was this vision of where I see Awakened Communion going, and I see it moving through these funnels of consciousness, playing a game with the Delta program, as we purify the uh, subtle bodies. So the Delta is nothing more than just a structure that is a purification portal for the subtle bodies for 7 people. But I want to do it in multiples of 3, so it'd be 21 people. So the 21 people I Delta, the U Delta, which is these are the karmic clearing portals, according to what Richard says. And then this U is the second time you do a delta together. So 21 of us doing that delta. And I also call these the sun, the moon, and the humanity. Delta is the we, but it's the star of consciousness. So we actually shortcut ourselves and go straight to a star of consciousness as a we form of the 21 people in a delta, where there's 5 people in the love, wisdom, and action pentas, and then there's representatives from each one of those 7 that are part of the wisdom, love, and action hive in the very center, as you can see the way that it's formatted. So yeah, that, and then it goes into this philanthropy model where we go into the SOC comes up with philanthropic equilibrium ideas for the planet, and we take 12 of those ideas and feed those 12 ideas into 2 different ideas for 12, these groups of 12. That's what these sort of tree of life looking spheres are, sort of represented here. It's 12 people in a space that I'm calling the Awakened Communion Temple of 12. And we use the 7 sacred seals to really purify our journey. And by the time we get to the 4th sacred seal, we should have one of those 2 projects picked to ground onto the physical plane. So this journey would take 8 to 12 months, or maybe a little bit longer, till the project is actually grounded on the physical plane. But at least we will go all the way through the seals and the emanation of the seventh seal, which is an 8-month journey with the 7 sacred seals, and 12 people at a time moving through that. So those 12 people would break off from the 21 people that were in that SOC part of round 3 of the Delta, the we Delta, and become 12. And then they can circle back around and go back into the I start up more deltas. They could bring more people in to start more deltas, and more more I deltas, U deltas, and then we second version of SOC, the second version, and continue to produce philanthropic equilibrium and meditation and purification on Gaia. Thank you for listening. And there's my journey and my vision for Awakened Communion.